happening in the industry or in the market, you can say. Give you some more perspective about the applications and what kind of a data that they are generating, right? If you look into the ERP and the CRM and the transactional web application, which are the classic examples of system processing transaction, they are very highly structured data, and these systems is typically stored in transactional database, maybe SQL or maybe some other databases. Web 2.0 are about how people and things are interact with each other or with their businesses. Weblogs, user click streams, social interaction and feeds, and user-generated content are the classic place to find interactions data. Okay. Ambient data trends is coming Internet of Things. Mary Mecker has predicted that around 10 billion of connected devices by 2015. Sensors for heat, sensor for motions, pressure, RFID, and GPS chips, which such things are mobile devices, area machines, and even aircraft engine, provide just some example of things that output ambient signals, right? So there are multiple types of data, personal, organizational, public data, private data, right? So we should not minimize our thinking to just data that flows through an organization. For example, the mortgage-related data that you may have cloud benefit from being blended with external data found in Zillow, for example. Okay. Moreover, the government has an open data initiative, which means that more and more data is being made publicly available. Okay. So to most, the big data is about the size of the data, and it's terabytes or petabytes of data. However, this is not the only thing we should be looking at, right? So the volume of the data is one aspect. However, it's commonly summarized as the 3 V's of data as follows. Actually, I would say it's a 4 V. Let me just explain what these 3 V's are all about, and then probably I'll tell you the 4th V as well, which I feel should be there when you actually going to implement such kind of a infrastructure or any solution based on such platform. So the first one is the volume, typically thought in the range of the petabytes and exabytes. However, this not be necessarily the case. It could be gigabytes or even terabytes of data, which happens to be semi or multi-structure. Okay. So the Hadoop big data solution is response to 2 divergent trends. On the one hand, because the capacity of hard drives has continued to increase dramatically over the last 20 years. And the vast amounts of new data generated by websites and by new devices and instruments generation connected to the internet can be stored, right? Variety, which is any types of data. So most generated data is messy, right? So diverse data sources do not provide a static structure, enabling the traditional RDBMS timely managed, right? Social networking data, for example, is typically text-based, taking a wide variety of forms that may not remain fixed over time. Data from images and sensor feeds present similar challenges, right? Velocity, velocity means speed at which the data is collected. So the rate at which the data is becoming available to organization has followed a trend very similar, to the previously described escalating the volume of data, and is being driven by increased e-commerce, clickstream consumer behavior, logging, and by the data associated social networking such as Facebook and Twitter. Okay. We also have, the smartphone and the tablet device, which basically generates data and posts it onto the online, right? So these are the 3 V's of the big data. Now the 4th V that I was talking about earlier is the value, right? So value means, what is the ROI of a project that I'm going to implement with such problem, right? So that also you need to look into that, right? So return of investment, that's another area which I feel it should be there before implementing or making an investment on such platform. Do you really need that platform or not, right? Now, if you look into the market trends, there are new set of questions which comes up in today's generation. So, for example, questions on social and web analytics. That is, what is my brand and product sentiments, right? How effective is my online campaign, right? how I'm reaching to the customers, right? How can I optimize or target the correct audience, right? So these are the questions, generally get asked to drive the business, right? Uh, Questions that require connecting to the live data feeds. Example, the large shipping company uses the live weather feeds and traffic patterns to fine-tune its ship and truck routes, leading to improved delivery times and cost savings, right? Now, question that require advanced analytics, which is financial firms using machine learning to build, I would say, better fraud detection algorithms that go basically beyond the simple business rules, involving the charge frequency and location to also include an individual customized buying pattern, ultimately which is leading to a better customer experience. Okay. Organizations that are able to take advantage of big data to ask and answer these new types of questions will be able to more effectively differentiate and derive the new value for the business, whether it's in the form of revenue growth, cost saving, or creating the entirely new business models. Okay. I was reading Gartner's report some time back, and one of the statements that clicked me is that by 2015, the business that built a modern information management system will outperform their peers financially by 20%, right? And McKinsey agrees, confirming that organizations that use data and business analytics to drive decision making are more productive and deliver higher returns on equity than those who do not, right? Okay. Just wanted to share some of the industries where this particular platform is using, or maybe people are taking advantage of the platform. So these are the various that I put around to the images, like IT infrastructure optimization, legal discovery, social network analysis, traffic flow optimization, and so on. Okay. Let me move on to the next slide. Okay. Now I